Taking off involves reading or scaling of dimensions from the detailed drawing and entering such dimensions in a recognized manner on a dimension paper. As easy as it may sound, it can also be a problem if you are not familiar with which work item and when should it be carried out. In this video, we will be discussing about the work items which are involved in taking off. Hi, my name is Khalifa and this is the Jex Media. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Let's keep things short and simple. When carrying out taking off on a virgin land, the first work item to be carried out is the cutting down of trees. If there happen to be trees in the construction site, the first thing to do is to cut them down. This work item can be measured in number, as you can see represented on the dimension paper. The next work item to be carried out is site clearance. This work involves the clearing of waste, rubbish, and unwanted material on site. The clearing of site should be completed by gathering all cut vegetation, stump, roots, and large stone. All these should be removed from the work area. When conditions are dry enough, the clearing of site can be completed by starting a fire, which should be carefully kept under control. This work item is measured in square meters, as you can see in the dimension paper. L stands for overall length plus twice spread, and W stands for overall width plus twice spread. The next work item is topsoil excavation. This involves the removal of the exposed layer of the earth surface, which supports vegetation or decaying matter, which could make the soil compressible and therefore unsuitable for bearing structural load. The excavated soil is preserved in spoil heap, few meters away from the excavation. Topsoil excavation is measured in square meters, while the retaining of topsoil in spoil heap is measured in cubic meters. Immediately after the excavation of topsoil, setting out is being carried out. Setting out is simply the transfer of all dimensions from the plant to the ground for the purpose of excavation. However, setting out is not a work item to be measured during taking off. It is usually measured in the preliminaries. Since we will be measuring setting out, the next work item to be measured is trench excavation and disposal of excavated material. Trenches can be excavated manually or mechanically. This is measured in cubic meter. And when calculating the mean width for trench excavation, we need to deduct the spread from all T junctions. The next work item is compaction of bottom of excavation. This is done in order to compress the soil strata, which strengthens the bearing capacity. This is measured in square meters. Now we move to earthwork support. This is added to prevent the side of the trenches from collapsing, and it is measured in square meters. Now that the trenches are ready for further work, we can proceed with the concrete foundation. Foundation footing is measured in cubic meters. After foundation, we move to block work. Block work is laid on foundation footing and is mostly laid in the middle of the trench. It is therefore measured in square meters. Next is hardcore. Hardcore is a layer of building which is filled with stones or boulders, as the case may be. When the blocks are up to DBC level, we applied hardcore up to a level almost the same with the last block on the wall. Then sand blinding. Blinding typically refers to a base layer of weak concrete or sand that is laid above the layer of hardcore to provide a clean, level and dry working surface. This is done to provide a smooth surface for laying down proof membrane (DPM). This is measured in square meters and the dimensions is taken in for each section. Then we move to the DPM, the damp-proof membrane. A damp-proof membrane is a membrane material applied to prevent moisture transmission. It is added to prevent the actions of damp rising in the building. DPM is measured in square meters and its dimension is taken just like the previous sand blinding. After DPM, we move to DPC, which is the damp-proof course. This is constructed between blocks or bricks course to prevent the actions of damp rising along the walls. This is measured in linear meters when the width of the surface of the walls does not exceed 500 mm. Now that we are familiar with all items of labor, we will have a better understanding of how taking off is actually carried out. In my next video, we will look at all the procedures and calculations which are involved. I will produce a floor plan and we will take off for some structural work. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thank you.